OFX was popping. So far this year, I am up 8%, and it is all through support and resistance. This entire year, I am up 13 wins, 5 losses, 11 break evens, and 8% gain. I have not done anything except buy off of support levels and sell off of resistance levels. That is the only thing that you need to do when it comes to day trading to be profitable. Now, this was a trade that I took this week. I called it out earlier this week, and I said, I am looking for this setup. And then eventually it happened, sent out the signal. This was the result. Beautiful trade, and we were done for the entire week in a day, just like that. Channel breakout, break and retest, and that's it. And then the next setup for next week is going to be off of the same pair, just continuation. It'll probably go down to here or here or here, and a break and retest right there. And that'll be the entire setup. Now, if we look at the rest of the setups that I have for the rest of the week, we have this channel, it broke out. We have another channel leading up, failed here, it broke out, retested this, and then now we should get a break and retest, and we should be able to continue to at least the bottom of the channel right there. Now, if we look at some of the other setups that I've called out this year so far in the past few weeks, this is one of them. Price is clearly going up. We have a support level that was once a resistance level, broke out, came back down, and I had buy limits at this level, and that was it. That's all it was. No price action. Well, price action leading up to this whole point, but no candlesticks, no indicators, no nothing. Just a level and a trend, and that's it. And price came back down, tested it. No zooming in the time frames, no super high risk rewards, none of that. Just very, very, very simplistic strategy. Very, very easy. Now, the other setup that I called out earlier this year was on UCHF. Beautiful, beautiful setup. It took about, 4 or 5 weeks to actually play out. But I had this level right here marked up. Big, 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 strong level. Price refused to break this level for a long time, over half a year. Strong trend line. Price came up here, rejected it, hit the 1-to-1 really quick, and then it went up, but we still got the win, and that was that. All you have to do in day trading is just use support and resistance levels. You could have caught all these trades right here. You could have caught this. And if you go down the list on these pairs, there's so many different things, so many different setups that you can find just from going through all of these being support and resistance trades. And then price flips, and then you have all these rejections here, and then you have that, and you have that, and you have this, you have this, you have this, you have that. Just go with the trend and find support and resistance levels along the way, and you're able to take trades effortlessly. There's no strategy, there's no confirmations, there's no indicators, there's no nothing. If you have price going up, all you're going to do is wait for it to come back and retest that level. And then you buy. Comes back down and retest that level here. And then you buy. And you don't wait to be there and find the buys or the sells. You put a buy limit. Once you see price close above that level, you have a buy limit here waiting and ready for when it does come back down and it taps it. And then you move on. And then it just enters it by itself. And you don't have to be there or be present for anything. Boom, you have a sell limit right here, comes up, it activates it, plays around, whatever, you don't care, and then boom, eventually it goes down. Do the same thing for here. Sell limit, and that's it, and you walk away. The most success that I've ever had in day trading has came from this. It has not been from any indicators, it's not been from any time frames. I used to go from the monthly all the way down to the weekly, the daily, and then to hours, and it was like an 8 hour, and it was a 1 hour, 2 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. I used to go all the way down to these time frames, all the way down to the 1 minute to find these setups. And it took a lot more time. I spent way more time on the charts. I spent way more time per setup. I had to look at the charts way more time per setup. And it was all just to get stopped out a lot more. And it was a lot more stressful. Now all I do is exactly what I said, where I showed you those other setups. This is another setup that I have for next week, hopefully, which is where we're in the daily, one time frame. Price is going down. I think it's going to keep going down. It has this level that it's rejecting, and if price breaks down below it, I think we'll get a break and retest, and we can come down somewhere to right here, just to the next level. That's it. For whatever reason, price seems to move around from level to level, and that's just how price operates. It's very simplistic. It's very easy, and all I want to do is catch a 1-to-1, and I want to average 53 to potentially 54% win rate. That's it. If you're able to do that, you're able to win, let's say 53% of the time. Well, that's going to result in you making 6%. If you take 100 trades, you win 53, you lose 47, that's 6%. Right? If you're risking 3% per trade, that's 18%. If you're risking 5% per trade, that's 30%. If you're risking 2, it's 12. Right? The other goal is 54%. Well, if you win all of those, risking 1%, it's 8%. If you do 3%, it's 24. If you do 5, it's 40. So you're able to be barely above break even and still be able to be very, very profitable. It's never about the win percentage. It's never about the gain. It's about the capital that you have in your account. A lot of people see, oh, well, I'm only making 5% this year or whatever, and they freak out. Well, that 5% on a $500,000 account is going to be a lot more money. But what you have to have before you get to that $500,000 account is you have to have the skill set to get there. And you can't just, somebody gives you $500,000 and now you're going to be profitable. Like, you have to have that skill set leading up to it. You have to be able to build accounts and make money and be profitable consistently on smaller accounts until you get to that. And then once you do get to that, then you're able to make as much money as you want. You're able to consistently grow it. So that's it, man. OFX out.